guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. We have another shave on the program today, but today I want to do a comparison shave. You guys have been asking me in the comment section for all kinds of different combinations of razors to be compared, and ultimately this is a better deal for you guys, right? So if I just review one razor, you get my opinion about one device, one razor, and here in those comparison videos you really get my opinion about two. So that's a 2 for 1, right? All right, so I have now picked out two razors that I want to review today. One is one of my more recent reviews, the timeless ALSB45. So aluminum solid bar 45 is a 0.45 millimeter blade gap. It has a slight positive exposure of 0.002 inches. I don't know why they switched from millimeters to the imperial system. Timeless, if you're watching this, maybe you want to change that and stick with one, you know, either inches or millimeters. And I think in the razor world, a lot of the blade gaps and exposures and all that are all measured in millimeters. So why not stick to that? That's just my opinion, but that's fine. On your webpage, it's at least clearly marked so I can figure out what it is. And then the second one is my Henson AL13. This one I've had for quite a while. I haven't shaved with it much, and this was actually a gift to the channel, which I still appreciate a lot. I just reviewed information about the AL13, so made by Henson, you know, aerospace engineering and high precision machining and all that. So they are certified to a certain standard. They make those in Canada. The tolerances are listed here in inches. It's 0.00025 inches precision. And their claim to fame is that in this design, the cutting edge of a blade has like 100% support, so there is no vibration in the cutting edge when you're shaving. And apparently they make 3 different versions of this at 3 different levels of aggression. For whatever reason, you can only get one on the Henson webpage, and the 3 different versions, or the other 2, I would say, are only available on retailers' web pages like shavenation.com. You guys know Geo Fatboy, he has his own YouTube channel, and they make a mild, which is this one here, a medium, and an aggressive. And how you can find out which one you have is the mild has a plus sign. So here's a little plus on the base plate, and also a little plus here on, I don't know, is my camera focusing? What is it focusing on? That's the question. There is a little plus right down there, and a little plus here on the base plate. If you have the medium, it's 2 pluses, and if it's the aggressive, it's 3. At least my research tells me that from looking at other web pages and Henson and whatnot. The Henson is a $69.99 razor, and the timeless ALSB45 is a $50 razor. So price-wise, the win has to go to the timeless. This one made in Canada, this one made in the United States. Let's weigh it real quick so we get that out of the way. The timeless ALSB45 weighs 47.34 grams. And the Henson weighs 38.87, so slightly lighter, 10 grams lighter. I have talked about this before. Aluminum is a very strong, relatively strong material, very lightweight. But if you make an aluminum part threaded and you have a really long handle on there, chances are, if I can put it on there, so chances are if you ever drop this and for whatever reason the load goes right on the handle, you might snap this off. Here in the Henson, they actually put a stainless steel insert here at the bottom just to line up things a little bit better, and this is the surface that the handle will screw against, so you're not having any galling. I guess 2 different materials is always a little better than aluminum against aluminum. Could also be to prevent corrosion in that spot. I don't know exactly. So anyways, the timeless doesn't have any of that. The timeless comes with a little washer. They use Delrin washers that are between the handle and the head. The rest is all aluminum. And both companies, they are into CNC machining, so both are CNC machined. All right, I already have blades here. We're just going to use Wilkinson sword blades. I'm going to use one of my favorites here. This was also a gift to the channel, Tale of Old Bond Street, the German Street collection. And I finally also have the aftershave balm, which I'm going to be using, or no, it's actually aftershave cream. I take that back. It's a little thicker than a balm, I guess. We're going to use my Frank shaving brush that I restored by putting a new Badger knot in it. And doesn't have any stink to it, so it's a really nice knot. And then we're going to use the Timeless shave bowl here. They also make that. That's also made in Ohio in the United States. This is injection molded, I would say. So they're not just doing CNC machining, but also injection molding, I guess. All right, we're going to use this one. So let me get some. Oop, and I always drop that. So the Tale of Old Bond Street container always have this clear lid that you're gonna put on here first. I guess it's supposed to keep the moisture in the soap, and I always forget about that and then take the lid off, and it always falls in my water. This has already happened many a times. So anyways, we're just gonna use my little ShaveNation.com spoon, I think. Was it Shave Nation where I bought this? Just a tiny little version of a teaspoon. Just much smaller than a regular teaspoon. So I took way too much, but that's fine. Squeeze it at the bottom, and the Timeless shave bowl has those ribs down there that help with the lathering process and hold onto the shave cream or soap much better. This here is, I don't know, do they call it a soap? It's the Sensitive Skin Shaving Cream. So it's a cream. It's pretty creamy. Not as thin as some of the creams that come out of a tube like this one here, but a little bit more, you know, thick. All right, here we go. Put that out of the way. Let's put some razor blades into those razors here. Let's do the Timeless first. Typical three-piece, right? So you put the top cap on your hand. Here's the base plate, and I have the handle. And then you just grab the blade that you want to use, slide it over the center, the threaded post. There are those little tabs that line up everything, and then you just put it together. Oh, and don't forget the Delrin washer. Those things, they fall into your sink. They are white in color, or, you know, kind of off-white, and disappear in the sink. Has happened a few times already. So, you know, the razor still works without it. It's just supposed to, you know, protect the surfaces and the finishes. This one here is kind of a matte finish, but not like a rough matte. It's actually pretty shiny in appearance. They have a lot of engraving going on, so the bottom of the handle has the Timeless razor symbol. The bottom of the base plate here also has the Timeless razor, and on the other side it says aluminum 6061T6, that's the type, and then there's a 4T5, so I would assume that the 45 means the blade gap, because they do in some materials make razors where you can get different base plates, so you can get different aggressions, I guess. Handle really nice. The knurling looks very aggressive. It is very grippy, but it's not sharp. It's not harsh. So that feels pretty good. All right, and then let's do the same thing here with the Henson AL13. Like I said, that was a gift to the channel, and I'm grateful for the support that you guys have sent my direction in the past. So same thing here, center post and the two alignment tabs. Pretty much, I don't know, I haven't tried it, but now I have to take the Timeless apart again because I just want to goof off here. Let's just see if the parts are interchangeable. Okay, now I have to take the blades back out without cutting myself. That's actually sometimes not very easy. So here we have the Henson base plate and the top cap of the AL13. Correction, the Timeless. So AL13 plus the Henson base plate, and they actually fit into each other. I wonder, they do fit. So you can see the little alignment tabs there, and the slots in the base plate, they're kind of the same shape, and they totally fit. Isn't that crazy, huh? And the other way around, since we're at it, might as well do that. So there is, you know, as you can see, a common thread in those razor designs. They are all very similar. They kind of have standardized the thread size, so you can swap handles around. So now we have the Henson top and the Timeless base. Oh, that doesn't fit. So on the Henson, the threaded portion is a little smaller, and then they have a shoulder down there that's a little thicker, and it doesn't fit into the base plate of the Timeless. Okay, so what does that tell us? Not much. Okay, let's put it back together. So plates back together. The handles are for sure interchangeable. The threads are the same. And here's the Henson, tightened down with a blade in it. Blade alignment looks great. I think you guys can see that, right? Yep, so that's great. And now the Timeless back together. Base plate, and where's my little washer? I have this black, gray, white granite countertop, and these little washers, they blend in so well that even if I just put it down, I can't find it. All right, here we go. One difference that I just noticed is the Henson covers the blade completely, so no blade tab sticking out. The Timeless has a little bit of some stick out here on the side. Not too terrible. Yeah, and then they also beveled the edges on the Henson a little bit, so the outer edge here is pretty close to the cutting edge of the blade. Here on this one, they have the same effect by just not covering the outer tabs. Yeah, so now we have both razors loaded and sitting here. Let's just put some Paraso white pre-shave on real quick. I like that stuff. I've been using the mentholated pre-shave soap bar from Sterling for a while now. That's also a very good product, and it's very inexpensive. Paraso is an Italian company. Sterling soap makers, they are in, I have to correct myself, I said Arizona, but it's Arkansas, completely different part of the US, but it's made here in the US. And now let's get lathering here. So I'll get my Badger. I could have pre-soaked it, I didn't. I'm just sticking it into water right now. So I just wet it and then squeeze out most of the water. I can always add water later. It's just really hard if you start out with too much water, then you know, it's just too soupy. And I of course have my stearic acid, aloe barbadensis, aloe vera, leaf juice, myristic acid, potassium hydroxide, glycerin, coconut fatty acid, theobroma cacao, cocoa seed butter, okay, cocoa seed butter, Alan perfume fragrance. I should have looked at the scent description, I didn't. There's always something that I forget, right, every time. Sandalwood, but I don't think it is. It's more cedar. There's a little woodsy scent to it. And overall a very pleasant scent. So this whole Taylor of Old Bond Street, very traditional old soap maker from England. They have been in the business for a long while and they make really good products. And here, look at how nice my Badger brush opens up when it gets used. Very nice. And it's not harsh and it doesn't smell bad. So the knot that I bought, even though it was rather inexpensive, I got a good one, I think. It's not a silver tip Badger or like really fancy. It's just a Badger, you know. These days, mostly use synthetic brushes. I only have a couple Badgers, and one of them is semi-usable. It's a Yachi branded one that still has the Badger stink after many treatments, even with a specific anti-stink soap from PAA. It still has a little bit of a scent to it. It's not too super bad, so it's usable now, I guess. All right, look at this. Look at all that. All right, I guess this is gonna be enough. Let's just put a little bit of water in my face. Just wetting it down a little bit so that my dry skin and the pre-shave not immediately soak up all the water in the lather here. This is just lovely. That scent is very mild. The soap lathers really well. The brush performs really well. Very pleasant. So what I can tell you about those two aluminum razors, they are rather lightweight, right? Made out of aircraft grade aluminum, machined with high technology machinery these days. Nothing is handmade. The Timeless says it's anodized. It's clear anodized to keep it from corroding. I'm assuming Henson does the same. You can get the Henson in many different colors, blue, black, all kinds of different shades. And I have the raw looking one, but I think it's also anodized in some shape or form. It's just to protect the surface from corroding. Because aluminum, even though it doesn't rust, it's not a ferrous material, but this material also creates a corrosion at the surface, which then ultimately protects the material from further corrosion. But I think this is anodized as well. So here we go. Here's the Timeless. Here's the Henson. We're just gonna right side Timeless, left side Henson. Let's start with the Timeless and go. Oh, forgot. Here we go. Just a little bit. Yeah, very mild. So very little but positive blade exposure, and it shaves, but it's very mild. If you want a mild razor that doesn't break the bank, 50 bucks, made in the US. And a lot of those matte looking aluminum razors, they have the tendency to be a little stubborn, not willing to slide over your skin very well. But that of course can be helped with your soap. If you have a really good soap that's very slick, that helps. Then this one here also has those lines machined into the top cap here to reduce the surface amount that actually touches your skin. That makes it a little slicker. And the fact that it is not raw aluminum, but it is actually anodized, which makes it also very smooth. So it's you can see it's a really bright aluminum, and that means it's very smooth at the surface. This is really a very budget-friendly, high-quality aluminum razor, and I really like it. So if you want to go check it out, I will put some links down below. So we did the Timeless. Now let's do the other side with the Henson. The Henson, as you can see, maybe it's because it's a little older, but it's also a little grayer in color. It's not quite as shiny in appearance. I've heard other people say that they feel like it is a little more sticky, like it doesn't want to glide over your skin that well. I would say it's really not that bad. It has a little bit different design, right? You can see the slab-sided surface here. That makes it really easy for a beginner to find the right angle. So you just line up that surface and off you go. Whereas with a more traditional DE razor design, you have a rounded surface and you kind of have to feel where the razor is at its happiest or it's working the best. It is, okay, now I have to, all right, I get both heads wet and both on skin. Okay, this slides better than this. It's probably because you have more surface area that gets close to your skin or is touching your skin, whereas this one here is more a curved surface. So this slides better than this. I mean, that is unmistakable. this side it pulls on my skin. And here, it's not as significant as with a Henson. So there is some truth to that. I don't think it's really causing any problems. A little bit pulling on your skin. Not massively bad. Not no problem, not causing no problems for me. But I wanted to point it out. All right, let's wipe this off a little bit. Spread it out as if we're applying pre-shave again. Wet it down a little bit. And lather up again with my homebrew brush here. Frank shave handle. A little soap on there. Usually the handle is long enough that I can keep my fingers out of the lather, but sometimes I just, you know, and we have so much lather here in the bowl left. I could do 20 passes today. Oh, I just noticed that I nicked myself, I think. Didn't notice it when it happened. Wilkinson sword blades are known to be, you know, relatively sharp. They're not a feather blade. They're not the sharpest, but they are on the sharper side of things. At least in accordance to all those blade sharpness comparison charts that you can find online. Razor Emporium rates their blades. I've seen it on several web pages where they sell blades and sample packs where you can read up on the blade, and the web page offers then some sharpness rating and all that, and how long the blades hold up and all that stuff. All right, I don't want to be unfair to one or the other razor, so we're going to start with the Henson now on the left side first, across the grain. So with fresh soap on your face, for the first stroke, you don't feel the stickiness. Once it's bare skin, it does have a little bit more glide resistance. But other than that, I gotta say, I gotta give, first of all, the covered blade tabs and the bevel here on the edge really makes it nice to get into the tight spots without scratching your nose. It's a thing. I've scratched my nose here with a blade tab before. It doesn't happen very often, it's just when I'm clumsy, I guess. All right, let's do... I'm going right over my not very strongly protruding Adam's apple, but I can go right over it without any problem. Very mild and pleasant to use. All right, and here's the Timeless. Yeah, this one is a little bit smoother and a little bit easier gliding over skin. And guys, if you already own one or the other, you made a great choice regardless. And I don't think there's really going to be a winner here in this competition or in this comparison. There are just differences that I want to point out. So here with this one, the edges of the base blade are pretty pointy, pretty sharp. I've complained about that many times with other razors. So Timeless, if you're watching, round those over a little bit more. Make a version 2.0 in accordance to Heiko, round over those edges. It just makes a difference, even though it's minute, not a big deal. It would make me very happy. And I mean, this is all production, right? Maybe they have already done that. Not told anyone, but they listened to Heiko. What I also find really good here on this one, it doesn't clog up at all. The close comb here is very thin, and then right behind the blade is where those channels start. On the Henson here, there is a little bit more material in the way. So you have those channels or gutters, but then the opening starts a little further in. So I don't know if that really comes out. Maybe it's fairly similar, but the closed comb bar is thinner on the Timeless than here on the Henson. I haven't had any clogging issues. Also, again, depends on what kind of soap you use. Let's say you use a cream out of the tube onto your fingers and into your face. It's really thick and gummy and it wants to clog up razors, and especially if you have a razor with a really small blade gap. They are both relatively small blade gap. They are both relatively mild, yeah, but no clogging issues here with Taylor of Old Bond Street. Very pleasant soap. All right, and just for your entertainment, I will lather up one more time. I'm gonna grab some of that lather that has fallen down here onto the handle, making a mess out of things. Oh. And I have so much lather left in our shave bowl here because I always take way too much. Perfect. I mean, too much soap or cream. Yeah. All right, and now we're gonna do an against the grain just to see, you know, how that feels. Let's do Timeless again here on the right. You can hear there is still some shaving action going on. I find it very easy to find the right angle here with this Timeless, even though it's the, you know, traditional round shaped razor head or radiused. It doesn't have one flat surface that really tells you, okay, do this and that's it. Yeah, you can clearly see with the blade tab sticking out when I do this. The blade tab gets really close to my nostril, and you can, those blades are only 0.1 of a millimeter thick. You can scratch yourself with those pretty good. All right, I felt like I nicked myself right up here. I don't know. All right, and now against the grain in my problem zone here. No problem. All right, and now the Henson gets the same treatment over here. Yeah, there's still shaving action going on. With this one here, since the blade tabs are covered, you can just go for it. But there is something to be said about this extra friction this has. So on drier skin after soap is gone, for blade buffing you can totally feel it. All right, and now against the grain down here. I would say shaving result wise, they are equal. They are very similar. They just have both their pros and cons. So the one pro on the Henson side is the covered blade tabs and those beveled edges here that bring the outer edge closer to the cutting edge of the blade. That's one pro. Weight wise, they are both featherweights. And a pro on this side here is definitely that it glides a little bit better over the skin. Other than that, they're both great razors. They're both made out of aluminum, one made in Canada, one in the United States. They're great products. I can't fault any of them. I would probably lean towards the cheaper one, which is the Timeless. They do not make different colors. However, I think, let's look at it real quick. I have all the web pages open just so I can do a quick search here. For both you can get a stand. Let's see aluminum one more time. Shop, because they have a few different aluminum razors, right? They have the aluminum slant, yeah, and then the ALSB45. So there is no further blade gaps. The Henson, on the other hand, you could buy the AL13 with 1+, the mild one, and then if you think you want to try out a little bit more aggressive one, you can go to the medium or the aggressive, which supposedly only available through retailers and not through Henson themselves. And I heard that somewhere someone stated that like 90% of their sales is the mild one anyways. Only, 10% of the shaving or DE shaving population actually uses more aggressive razors than that. So yeah, no different colors and no different blade gaps here for the Timeless. And you can add a stand. Yeah. So the only other razors where you can get more different versions is if you go to brass or stainless steel or titanium. Then Timeless has a little bit more customization available. All right, so 2 great razors. They both did a good job. Let me rinse off. I can feel a little bit of a burning sensation now on both sides. Evenly, that might be the soap actually. Very good. Yeah, soap washed off. Still a little bit of some burning sensation. And I found it very interesting. So some ingredients in some soaps, they really give me some burning sensation. Others are only doing that if I leave it on for too long. And then others I have absolutely no reaction to. So I'm going to use some facial toner by Thayer's, Witch Hazel with Aloe. And just put that on there to calm down the skin. Very good. And then once that's dried off a little bit, now we're going to try out the Taylor of Old Bond Street German Street Collection Luxury Aftershave Cream for sensitive skin. Ingredients: agua, glycerin, glyceryl stearate, SE, myristic, my goodness, I can't read, myristate, caprylic or capric triglyceride, my goodness gracious, cetearyl stearic acid, betaine, sodium hydroxide, carbomer, hydrolyside, algene, chlorella, my goodness, okay. How about here are the ingredients? I hope it's focused and you just stop the video and read it real quick, right? So, bunch of ingredients that I unfortunately don't know what they do. I hope I'm not giving myself skin cancer. The scent is lovely though. The scent is lovely and it's very creamy. Aftershave cream. Very good. I again took way too much. Now you can see my face is all white. Perfect. But yeah, skin's pretty happy, I think. And the burning sensation is slowly subsiding. It's a combination of, a little bit irritation because you just scraped a sharp implement over your face. And then you are using some sort of chemical substances, the soap and the, all that stuff. But overall, for our comparison here, those are 2 really nice razors, and either one of them are fine. $50, $69, $90, I think. Maybe they have them on sale sometimes. The stand they make for those are a little too big for my taste. It's like laying it flat. That's assuming that you only have one. It wouldn't work here on my windowsill. But the Timeless, the stand that you can get for that one, pretty nice one here, also engraved at the bottom, and then it's the typical standing up straight, yeah, both really great, love it. And the blades were good, Wilkinson sword. You can't go wrong. And that's pretty much it. That's the comparison. You guys let me know what other comparison you want to see. There are a few more on my list that I want to do to satisfy your guys' requests. And I guess I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.